Good morning, students. I am Miss Rebecca and I will be your science teacher for today. Please stand for a while for our opening prayer. Are you ready to learn new lessons for today? Well, I'm glad that you are ready. But before we start our lesson, I'm going to show two pictures and I want you to observe and differentiate those pictures. For the first picture, for the second picture. Mara, what can you say about the first picture? RM? About the second picture? Well, I'm glad that you have the ideas, and I'm sure those ideas can help you to understand our lesson for today. And our lesson for today is the lesson 3, reproduction among flowering plants. And the pictures I have shown earlier is related to our topic. The first picture is about the asexual reproduction in plants, wherein most of the plants or products came from the seed, and the second picture is a kind of sexual reproduction in plants wherein the male and female sex cells were present. And for our first activity, I need two students from the class. And so, Mara and RM, what you are going to do is from the pictures I have shown earlier, you need to identify which flower undergo with the sexual reproduction in plants or asexual reproductions in plants. So, Mara, you are right. The first picture undergo asexual reproduction in plant, and RM, you were right also. The second picture undergoes sexual reproduction in plants. For the seat work, I have prepared the activity and it is a jumbled letter activity, and I hope you can answer it easily. Since you are all done with the activity or seat work, let's proceed now to our next activity, which is groupings. And the class will be divided into two, and the first group will discuss about the sexual reproduction of plants, and the second group will discuss about the asexual reproduction in plants. Once you were done with the activity, you can present it with the whole class.
Thank you for your participation, class. Now let's proceed to our discussion. Like what I have said earlier, there is two kinds of reproduction in plants, where it is the sexual and asexual. And when we say asexual reproduction in plants, it is a kind of plants that have flowers that can reproduce with both male and female sex cells. And when we say asexual reproduction in plants, it is a reproduction in seed plants that can be called also as vegetative propagation. And in sexual reproduction of plants, there are 4 methods. The first method is pollination, wherein it can take place only between plants of the same kind, and it is transferred with the process of sexual reproduction in the flowers. And when we say fertilization, it has a male sex cell joins with the female sex cell produced in a fertilized cell. Third is the ovulation, wherein after the fertilization, the ovules develop into seeds, and those seeds contains the embryo. And lastly, the germination. It is a growth of one embryo into a new plant or young plant. And in asexual reproduction, there are 4 methods also. First is use of cutting, wherein it's a plant part that had been removed from the parent plant and used to grow a new plant. And when we say grafting, it is a method in which cutting from one plant is attached to the rooted stem of another plant, grown from corms, bulbs, and tubers. And for the last method of asexual reproduction in plants, there is grown from leaves, wherein a new plant can be grown from a whole leaves or part of the leaves. It is usually a fleshly leaves like katakataka that can be grown from their leaves.
To generalize our topic and for me to know your learnings, can I ask again the class, what is the difference between the sexual and asexual reproduction of flowering plants? And in able to apply our lesson for today, I want the class to look around and choose at least one plant or flower and identify what kind of reproduction it has. Related for what I have said earlier, once you're done in identifying the kind or the type of reproduction that particular plant have, you need to identify also the method it used in reproduction of this plant. And to end our class for today, I will give you an assignment and you need to cite 2 examples of flowering plants and identify the reproduction or the reproduction it undergoes. And that's all for today. You may go home now.